Hey, what's up, everyone? We have a brand new episode of the RSL Show, and in this little special edition mini episode, we've got Justen Glad, current defender of Real Salt Lake. You guys know who that is. Being interviewed by Bofo Sebastian Saucedo, former midfielder for Real Salt Lake. He's been in town training up for his new season, for his new team, and of course, because of his history, he's been inviting current rostered RSL players to his training facility. I've been helping him make some content, shoot some videos, and while we were there, I could not pass up the opportunity to interview Justen. They talk about their history growing up together. There's some really cool stories in here, so enjoy the episode. And we'll be back with a brand new episode featuring Alex, Carson, Josh, myself, Mitch, probably Jake as well. So keep it here for all of your RSL news and enjoy the show.
I appreciate you, bro, for coming out. No, it was good seeing you today. Obviously we trained for a bit, we talked for a bit. It was really good to see you out here. How's life, bro? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Right.
Life's good, man. Just off season right now, enjoying the break a little bit, trying to stay sharp, get some touches. So yeah,
Your parents?
No complaints. Parents good, healthy. Sister, brother, healthy.
Nice.
Got a dog. He's a menace, but he's healthy. What about you? Everything good?
Yeah, no. Two daughters later.
That's crazy, bro.
Families. It's not the same old Bofo you used to know.
It's a different Bofo right here.
But do you go back to Tucson or no?
Nah, not really.
So you're from Tucson?
So I grew up in Seattle, but yeah, I tell people I'm from Tucson because that's where like middle school, high school.
Nice.
Obviously, we were at the academy together from sophomore year to junior, senior year.
Yours was pretty early, bro.
Early, junior.
You were a junior?
Right after my junior year.
It was crazy, I was actually talking to my dad the other day about that I wanted to do this video. One of the RSL center backs got injured that game. I remember.
Yeah. Oh, because
as the academy, we went to that game. Remember?
The reserve game.
Reserve game.
Yeah,
there were reserve games back in the day.
Yeah.
As people don't know, back in the day, there used to be reserve games. There was no USL league.
First team who plays Saturday, reserve team who plays Sunday.
Yeah, that's funny, bro.
If you didn't get minutes.
So one of the center backs got hurt, and you debuted it right away.
I didn't think I was gonna play. I was just excited to be there. I didn't think I was gonna play at all. And then like 3 minutes in the game, one of my boys, actually Kwame, he did his knee, and they were looking down the bench, and I'm sitting there like nervous, bro. Hey, Jay Glad.
Let's go.
Here we go.
That's funny.
Made my debut. So that was sick.
That's good. No, and now RSL. What are you going to after this preseason? Your
11th
year.
11th year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
11th year for.
Time flies, man.
You're a 97 like me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dang, bro.
You're
gonna be like Beckerman, bro. He was going into what season? What?
Like 40, bro.
I gotta get Bex on a video, bro. This is gonna be pretty cool. But I have some questions for you, bro. This is gonna be really good. I want the people, the video, everyone to know about you. Obviously, I grew up with you in the academy, but the first question would kind of be, what decision made you want to be a professional soccer player, and what do you think was the most important thing to be able to get there?
Yeah, I think I've always just enjoyed sports, so any sport really, but soccer really kind of took off, and you get to that age where you kind of have to focus on one sport, so ended up being soccer, and really the end goal was just to get a college scholarship.
You were committed?
Yeah, I was verbally committed to Stanford.
I remember.
And then so my whole fam, obviously I was buzzing about that. But then RSL came along and they invited me to a preseason. And then all of a sudden in my head it was kind of like, oh, maybe you can like make money doing this, instead of just being a
And did
college.
you finish school now? Like, do you have like a little career did you pursue on the side?
Yeah, well, I finished high school, of course. Okay. I took a couple online college classes and then just stopped. So I don't have a degree or anything. But
nice.
Just more motivation to succeed in soccer,
Yeah, no, it's I've always like shared this with the videos, but it's harder than what people think to maintain yourself at a professional level, and that's probably the hardest thing.
The second part of your question, the best thing to do for young kids, I would say to join an academy, just to get that exposure and to be in that professional environment at a young age is crucial, because there's a lot of people who a lot of it's just about being seen and getting scouted and getting the right opportunities. So that would be my advice.
And that's something that I've talked to in videos. I have this little club that I'm trying to build in Park City. We're going to go to our 4th, 5th team now. But dude, like I try to like stay involved with kids under the age of 15 for that same reason. I don't like to compete, against what an MLS structure. I want my kids to go to an MLS team, an MLS academy, to be in that professional environment, and so that's the reason why, I always tell people around in Utah, it's like, okay, it's cool, you're going to be in the best winning club team, but does that really help you to go to like
the next level, you
know what I mean? So yeah, that's something crazy. But it's funny, bro, because I remember the other question would be, and to add to this was, you're from Tucson, and there's a lot of kids out there that have that dream to become a professional and all that, and they're in really weird environments. I'm not like, with you, it was like you were in a Latin community. It wasn't easy, and you just see a bunch of Latin players around you, and you were like, okay, well, there's Justen Glad, like coming into this Latin culture. Did you feel different? What did you feel like going towards like an academy like that, and then growing up in a Latin community?
Yeah, you know me, I loved it. I love the Latin community, man, and I've always, I don't know, I feel like just part of my personality is I get along with every race, every type of person. I always try and, make everyone feel welcome and whatnot. So I was buzzing, they're all such good friends. I get to work on my Spanish. And just honestly, the Latin community in general is top, man. Like whenever you're trying to have a good time, they're always down.
I invited him over to, what was it, a high school, Park City High School game for football. And my mom made like enchiladas, like Mexican enchiladas. And the dude came over 8:15. It was crazy, but that's awesome.
What a cook your mom
Let me see
is,
here.
bro.
I got another question that I got to ask you. So now that it's off season, bro, the second question was, what's your typical off day? Or let's do the first one. What is your typical day
working
on a match day? Like
on a match day?
On a match day.
Match day, obviously very chill because you got a game later. And I mean, I'm sure you got the same thing where you kind of, over the years, you got your routine down and kind of got it dialed. So me, I wake up around 9:30, start cooking breakfast around 10. Same breakfast and lunch every game day just to keep the body,
Do you do that way it doesn't affect you? Or try something different and then it affects you? Okay.
Just so, I like the routine, I used to take naps. I don't take naps anymore in between.
You're aging, bro. Like you either nap during the day and you don't nap at night, or you sleep during the whole night. Hey, bro, it's crazy,
bro. But yeah, just whatever. Cook lunch, couple hours, like 3.5 hours before the game or pregame meal, I guess, and then head down, do my thing, and come back. What about you? You got a routine now?
Dude, it's crazy, man. My routine in Liga MX, and I don't know what's gonna happen with like my future, but I sleep at a hotel before the game. It's not like MLS, right? Like the Liga MX was like, okay, you leave your family like around. So if I have a game Friday, I leave Thursday night. You eat dinner with the team, you sleep there, and then breakfast with the team, and so it's everything.
I don't think I'd like that.
It was.
What did you think of it?
I think at some point when I was playing for like the top clubs, I think it was needed. I think that you're more into the zone of like what you're gonna get yourself into, because the games weren't easy. But other than that, bro, there was nothing like being home, waking up to your family, going to breakfast together.
It's comfortable.
All that, driving to the stadium. I feel like I like that better, where you get pictures taken of you walking in, those fresh fits, all that. So, dude, all that, I want all that for my family, So, to elaborate to that one would be your off season, kind of like your scheduling now. What do you do? What do you like to do? I know that we talked about Pilates and all that. So
I just started that. So I just started Pilates. Zach McMath, actually, our goalie, he got me into that. And
hard,
bro.
Yeah, I bet.
Hard, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you haven't done Pilates yet, go try it. Because, bro, your core, like my legs are shaking on there. Like it's
Have you ever felt like
it's
your
tough.
hamstring's just gonna?
Yeah, go, bro. And I've been working on them specifically because they're always tight. You know how it is.
Yeah, makes sense.
And yeah, so Pilates has been really good. So I do that usually at like 9:15 in the morning. Obviously, I got my dog now, so
No kids, just dogs,
no
huh?
kids, just dogs.
All right, cool.
So I take him out on like a hike or whatever, make
Nice.
sure he's tired. And then really it's kind of whatever. I've been doing a lot of things that you can't do during the season. So like a lot of things around the house. I've been trying to put in like a cement slab in my backyard. We've been just working on some electrical, me and my dad and one of our buddies. So just stuff like that, I'm definitely, you would think you'd be less busy, but I feel like I'm more busy because you have the time.
And you start realizing that time just goes by so quick,
Bro,
Like
that.
That's funny, bro, that you talk about like what you're doing for your house. I feel like when time goes by, everything changes.
Yeah.
You work on your craft and what's gonna give you for the future. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't know about that, but like time ticks, bro. And if you don't work on your craft and what's gonna be there for you in the future, you're gone, bro.
You're
like
gone.
this is it goes by quick. But
Well, that's why we're out here getting the off-season work in.
yeah, it's been really good for us. I like it. And
There's always another player ready.
I like to share with my
come
dad all the stuff that we do. I think I've always like said it that he loves what he does, bro. And then me growing up, you know me, and you know them, you know my parents. So I'm finally being able to give them a job that they've never had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's always been my dad working at other jobs where it's been really, really crappy. So, but it is what it is, man. It is life, and you just got to keep finding a way.
Yeah.
What do you think are the most common mistakes for young players, either to make a decision to go to the professional level or a club team or even younger? What do you think is the biggest mistake? Because I have a few that I think, and maybe we can elaborate on some, but
I would say, I don't know if I'd phrase it as a mistake, but I'd just say you got to be in the right environment for yourself. Like if you're not enjoying yourself or who you're around or whatever, the team that you're on, then that's not good for anyone. You probably aren't going to be playing as well as you want to. If you're not enjoying it, what's the point really? Like, so I'd just say finding the right environment is crucial.
And now that I've been with my dad's club, and I've hear like things, it's funny, man. We're in a society where they believe everything in social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like
stay off social media.
Yeah.
Unless you're subscribing to the YouTube.
No, so there's kids out there, like I've got 11, 12-year-old kids that are training with us, and they'll be like, okay, well, man, one of my friends is getting a trial in Spain. Bro, they're 13. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But it's like, I think that's like one of the biggest mistakes is seeing or hearing like that stuff that could be, you have to work and you have to be able to get there, and so there's so much potential out there. But it's like you said, you have to be in the right environment and you have to work hard.
And that's really, I swear to God, if you work hard, like, it doesn't go unnoticed. Like, there were for sure better players than me, growing up and whatever. But I think
than anyone,
the mentality,
bro. Like,
there's always someone
players.
better.
Yeah,
there's always someone better. But the mentality to just work hard and show up every day, I think coaches appreciate that. I think your teammates appreciate that. And it goes a long way.
Well, dude, that's like literally the coaches love the outwork. You know what I mean? Like if you outwork another player, the other player is not going to play.
Even if
and
100%.
it's even in the professional environment. And that goes to my fourth question. Is that's my advice, because the fourth question was how do you handle the pressure to maintain yourself at a high level, and what advice can you give when you're at that level, or when you're in a college level, or you're getting to a high school level? And that would be one of my advice was you outwork your whoever's in front of you or whoever's in your position. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
100%.
What do you do to maintain yourself at this high level to be able to handle that pressure?
Yeah, I think I would say just practice, and at the end of the day, if you know you put in the work and you show up, you're doing drills by yourself, you're whatever, doing everything you can to succeed. this might not address really the pressure side, but at least in your own mind, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I did everything that I could do to put myself in a position to succeed. And then as far as the pressure goes, I think there's different ways everyone sort of deals with that, you know? I think I've gotten better at dealing with that over the years. Obviously, when you're younger, you make a mistake and, you
get so
bummed
mad,
out for a week. Maybe it affects how you're playing. Just the older you get, I think I've definitely realized you're going to make mistakes. It is what it is. And Kyle Beckerman always used to tell me, like, did the sun rise this morning?
Yeah.
So the sun rose. So
it's going to go back down.
It's going to go back down. It's going to rise again. So
what's
there's
funny?
Always
I've always told people around me that, man, I appreciate Kyle.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Legend.
He was the same person when I first saw him.
Yeah.
Like as how he was as a person.
Yeah.
And never changed.
Yeah.
He always treated me like the same way.
Yeah.
And that's something I appreciate, and that's something that I try to do
for the
with
younger,
the kids, with the younger.
Yep.
I try to be the same, because at the end of the day, the dude played a World Cup. The dude played how many caps in the U.S. national team, and he didn't have to talk to me.
500 MLS games, bro.
Exactly,
it's crazy.
Bro. So
it's crazy. 498 actually. But
come back for two, three
bro.
more, So. Okay, so for the fifth question is going to be, what role does networking and building relationship in soccer world play in advancing your career? And dude, you were RSL's captain for a bit, and I think that this could be with teammates, coaches in your club, or coaches outside of whoever but you're a role model. That's why you were a captain. What you've done, you were a leader. So I wanted you to share that.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy how small the soccer world is.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
That's another thing I always try and tell the younger generation, is just treat everyone with respect, because you never know where that person's going to be in 5 years. You never know. I mean, it is crazy how many different connections. Like, someone's telling me, oh, this person from, I'm like, bro, how do you know that? Like, I know, but it's crazy how many little coincidences like that there are. And especially, obviously, when you play with the amount of players we played with, some of them are going to be coaches, some of them are going to be whatever, trainers, anything really. And it's just always good to have those connections for, maybe if you're trying to help a buddy out, I have a coach over here who you can put in a good word.
Yeah, that's true.
And just there's so many little things like that where it's just like you never know where people are going to end up, and it's good to foster those relationships and just make sure that you're in touch. And
that's something really positive, and just like same thing to what we talked about with Beckerman. It was like he was like that since the beginning, and always was that like that as a person. So I think that the dude had so many good relationships with a lot of players and stuff like that, and that just kind of said a lot about him. So
and it goes. Again, like even transitioning from playing to coaching, having those relationships, and Kyle, obviously Kyle's a legend, so it may be a little different for everyone, but you never know what opportunities are going to arise.
The sixth question is probably one of my favorite ones. I usually tend to talk about sacrifice and talk about what I've been through and how hard it's been. What are the major sacrifices that you had to go through, and how did you handle them?
Yeah, I think obviously from experience for the academy, just leaving all your friends and family. I had a little easier because the academy was in Casa Grande. I lived in Tucson, which was about an hour away, so I got to go home maybe every other weekend or so. But yeah, it's you lose a lot of that social life that I don't know. To be fair, I enjoyed the academy just because you're with your boys. But it's a give and take. You're missing all your friends from home. You don't get to go to any of those high school dances or the parties or whatever it is. But well worth it in the end. Yeah, no, it was. That's. No one, a lot of players don't see that as sacrifice, you know what I mean? But it is, when we get there, it's like, okay, well, where's our family? Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. There was nights, because I was just 14. Yeah, 15.
Exactly, young. There was nights where I would cry to go home, bro, and I was just like, dang, really, like, I don't think this is for me. But then after, like, just seeing our team, bro, bonding, the same players that we grew up with, you know, and even going, I feel like even now, if we still had that same core group at RSL, the first team here right now, I think
disgusting.
We'd be really good.
That was the best team I ever played for sure. Relative to the competition,
bro, I haven't been able to like actually share. People always tell me, no, that's not true. But dude, that team
was disgusting.
If that team was now, and we'd all be in Europe.
Yeah.
Like if if I was scoring,
bro, this guy had 400 goals, bro.
I was scoring 60 goals in 50 games.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, and you get
teams would come in, and it wasn't even like we weren't even like we'd win 6-7-0 every game against like the top competition in the nation, bro. Like it was that team was insane.
So do you think that did you go through other major sacrifices, or what do you think what are some sacrifices now in your career that you're facing that you have to be able to perform? I know that like some results don't go your way. I know that sometimes as a captain, a lot of things following you, and you start thinking that it's my responsibility. Yeah. What do you think now as a professional and, you know, being a captain?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. And even just in the professional environment, obviously, if there's different things you're going to have to overcome, whether I mean, you know how it is to be in that form where you're balling, you're playing well. And I think the hardest thing to do as a professional is if you're in a slump and trying to get out of that slump.
Staying consistent.
Having the confidence, because there's so many things that go into that maybe people don't realize. If you're not playing well, there's pressure to perform. There's if you're not playing well, you might get benched, and then all of a sudden you're out of a job if you don't play a couple games. So there's a lot of things that go into that. And
there's talking about that. There is actually a few videos that I've talked about that, bro, about confidence.
Oh, it's everything.
And that's, I think, that and your mind is 90% of an athlete.
100%. 95.
Not a lot of people don't realize that. I want to do for example, there's things that I want to do. Yeah. I want to shoot and I want to score. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's like
crazy.
Your confidence at the academy. This guy was chipping dudes with his left foot from 60 out, and at that point your confidence was like you could do no wrong,
Yeah.
And there's times in the career I have, a couple months here and there where it's just like you can't take a bad touch. Yeah. And then there's times where it's like no matter what happens, I can't take a good touch right now, like what's going on? And it's just finding that balance of being consistent and just trying to.
And I've always shared that, bro, like.
But people don't understand unless you're in it.
That's what I wanted to share now. It's like, aside of professional soccer players, we're humans, bro.
Yeah.
So like if humans go through stuff each day, imagine the pressure of soccer with what we have to go through daily, right? And they just don't know.
And then people get on social media and Bofo Saucedo, this guy sucks. It's like, come on,
crazy.
bro.
It's crazy how it works, but it's easy behind the phone.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's easy behind the phone but they don't. Like that's why I always like have that like I'm always eager to like tell them like, hey, like okay, well I'll invite you one week, come and see me train every day.
Yeah, you see me working hard.
And then we can see it. You can judge after.
Do it.
You want to do it with me? You're more than welcome to. You know what I mean? So it's like
100%.
But the last question, also another important one, is what piece of advice would you give to someone that wants to become a professional soccer player? Would you even advise it?
Yeah.
Or would you? Or what do you think?
100%. I think. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are tough things, but this is the best job in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think especially not even the soccer side, but just the dynamic of the locker room. Like it's so fun. Obviously you're with your boys, and I think there's gonna be some things I don't miss when I retire, but just that camaraderie, and you're going out to battle with your boys week in, week out. It's a full team working towards one goal. And mostly just the jokes and whatnot.
I love it,
you know
bro.
what I mean?
I love the fact that you talk about your team first. And you know why? I'll tell you why. because people think that when we lose, we go out there wanting to lose. You know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. And I love the fact that you talk about you bringing team first, and that just shows who you are as a person, bro. And it's pretty cool to see that the time has gone by, but you've stayed solid to your ground, and obviously this is good, man. I like that.
Again, like I said, it might seem easy to do, but you just got to show up every day. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be things that, maybe it could be injuries. It could be whatever, the confidence. It could be anything really. But if you just show up every day and put yourself in a position to succeed, to make it, I do believe you need a little bit of luck. You need a little bit of this, that, whatever. But if you work hard and put yourself in the right positions, then the luck comes that much easier. So that's really it.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I appreciate having you for the video. It's been a great time, bro. I'm trying to share more videos, to help out players. I know that the confidence is key. I know that I think for me the hardest thing for someone to become professional environment is wanting to get into that schedule.
Yeah.
And wanting to put in that work, like you said.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Because once you overcome the scheduling, okay, well, I'm a college dude, or I'm a high schooler. How am I going to go to the gym?
Things you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. How am I going to go to the gym? How am I going to eat healthy? How am I going to put in the work in soccer? When you start separating those three things away from everyone else, you'll be different.
Yeah,
100% you'll be different.
100%.
But appreciate you. Thank you for coming out.
My guy.
Appreciate you, man. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, bro.
Capitano, man. Crazy, bro.
Oh, man. Time flies, man.